Do you think reach is a good number for someone that's looking at a bike to kind of start their sizing around? No.
No, I think it's terrible.
Yeah.
Tell
me more.
It's a number, but reach is wholly dependent on your seat tube angle. Mm-hmm. If you want to buy bikes on reach, you got to look at seat tube angle first. There's every degree. Oh, I'm going to get this wrong. We might have to go back and edit this. Every degree of seat tube angle is 20 mils of top tube.
So if you just in general.
Yeah, if you put your head tube in space and you have your seat tube angle and you say this is my effective top tube and this is my reach number based on that, if you change that seat tube angle by 1 degree, I believe it's 20 mils of top tube length is lost for a 1 degree steeper seat angle.
Okay.
That's a whole bike size. And do we stand and ride our bikes more often, or do we sit and pedal?
Mostly sit.
Even the unless you're just riding bike park laps on a downhill bike, we all pedal to the top, and it takes way longer to pedal to the top than it does to go down.
So would you say top tube is a better?
I think our experience has been you have to look at all three. So you want to, what seat tube angle am I on, and then what top tube what effective top tube do I have, and what reach do I have, and generally speaking on. The steeper the seat tube angle, the longer your reach is going to be. So if you're like, oh, I like a 470 reach, but it's a 77 seat tube angle, you probably aren't going to like. You're probably going to be looking at more like a 480 or a 485 reach on a 78 seat tube angle.
Got it.
And then it slides the other way, going back.
Yeah, I always go. Me personally, I'm reach, seat tube angle, wheelbase.
But you can also get in on the other end of that spectrum where reaches can get too long, where if some of the first bikes that had really seat tube angles, they didn't change the reach, they just changed the seat tube angle. So you ended up with a bike that fit well when you're standing, but when you sat down it was like a full size or 2 sizes smaller, and so your knees were in your bars. And then you can also go the other way, like we did this on prototypes where we held the top tube constant and let the reach grow. And so now your bike feels the same seated pedaling, but when you stand up, it feels like it's almost a size bigger.
Wow.
And so it's really moderation. Everything is moderation. It's a compromise.
Been doing it wrong all these years.
Yeah, I think you really gotta look at both. Top tube's still important. Yeah. And yes, reach is important, but you really have to take it in context of what is my seat tube angle. So if you're comparing bikes with similar seat tube angles, you're good. But if you're, even a half a degree of seat tube angle, I think, is like up to 10 mils of horizontal distance change. You gotta account for that.
Never knew that. Never.
But you also, you can change. You got easily 10 mils of adjustment on your saddle rails, fore and aft. You can get up to 20, I think. So you can compensate for that. Or if you're like, oh, I don't like, my bike, it's the seat tube angle's a little slack. Slam that seat forward on your saddle rails. You'll get a degree or degree and a half of seat tube angle change just by moving your saddle on the rails.
Interesting.
Yeah.
If for someone that's in between sizes, is that a consideration of, like it comes with a 42 millimeter stem, I could go down to a 35 and scoot my saddle forward. How much is that stem wise, right? Changing the characteristics of that bike's feel.
Yeah, most bikes have generally somewhere in the range of 25 mil horizontal distance per size. Okay. There's stack changes and seat tube length changes that can affect your, how much seat post you can run, things like that. But if you're just looking at length, you'll have about 20 to 25 mils per size. And that's easily adjustable with 10 mil different stem and a little bit of saddle rail change. You can make a bike fit up a size or down a size. And that